and welcome. You've tuned into Business Lunch. I'm Nisha Podar, and with me, as always, is my co-anchor Pavitra Parekh. Pavitra, the market has taken, Fed chair's comments with both hands today, and that's why they are looking so euphoric in trade today. So, market looking very, very robust in action today. When we talk about Nifty 50, at the moment, 85 points of gain, 18,842. We saw this coming with SGX Nifty in the morning, also showing good amount of gains today. So 0.45% up in trade today. Bank Nifty, that has been an underperformer in today as well, 0.36% up, but still contributing well to the euphoria in the market. Mid caps outperformance yesterday and today as well. So as we see some of the FII flows really coming in, which was a big positive in yesterday's trade, and the US Fed Reserve's comments, both have given some bit of sanity when it comes to the smaller companies as well, and the mid-cap universe, which had not risen, and some of those stocks which had not risen along with the overall markets are also seeing some buying coming in. So the positive momentum continues, and advanced decline ratio in favor of the strength of the market today. Pavitra.
You know, Nisha, it's not like we needed any sort of reason to hit those fresh highs. We were hitting record after record, and then you throw all of this into the mix. So you can imagine what that's done for our markets. We're pretty much at the high point of the day. For today, it is the IT pack, which is really shining. So that index will come up for you. It's around 2.6% in the green, led by some of the larger names. By the way, this is what it's done for the month. So looking very strong there. A lot of the bigger names holding up well. Reliance is one stock which has really powered through this week. For the week alone, it's up around 5%. So that one definitely looking good. On the downside, it is some of these auto sales, disappointments which are weighing. So the likes of Bajaj seeing some cuts, and you also have the consumption pack. Remember, there are cues to watch. So the US jobs data is on Friday, and then also keep an eye out on crude prices, because there has been quite a big rally over there as well. That's what we're tracking in terms of market action. We will come back.
Right, stay the course until the job is done. But one of the dovish commentaries by Jerome Powell was something that Indian markets are also giving a positive reaction to. With that, we'll slip into a short breather on Business Lunch. More news and updates on the other side. Don't go anywhere.
Hey guys, welcome back. You're still tuned into Business Lunch. Now, the Finance Ministry has proposed changes to the Insurance and the IRDAI Act and sought comments on the proposed amendments by the 15th of this month. What are the key changes proposed? We have Yash Jain with us to fill us in with all of the details. Yash?
Well, that's absolutely correct, Pavitra. So, of course, these recommendations in the form of a proposal have come from the Department of Financial Services. Comments have been sought on these proposed changes by December 15th. Now, if you speak about the amendments which have been proposed, honestly, these are quite significant in nature, and we've not seen such huge reforms being proposed in a very long time in the insurance sector. I'll first start about the IRDAI Act and the amendments which have been proposed there. So DFS has proposed that the whole-time members at IRDAI can hold their office till the age of 65 years. Till now, this limit on the age is about 62 years. Now, let's speak about the Insurance Act, and that's where the meat really lies. Very significant amendments proposed. So what the Department of Financial Services has done is that it has proposed issuance of composite insurance business licenses. What is a composite insurance business license? It is essentially a common license through which an entity can operate both in life insurance business, general insurance business, as well as standalone health insurance business, or even take bits or subclasses out of any particular business. So for example, on general insurance side, being in life insurance, an entity can just take motor or health and operate in that segment. As far as this particular proposal is concerned, CNBC-TV18 was first to report on it on August 3rd, when we had spoken about how the government and IRDAI are looking at it. The second one is about distribution of financial products. The DFS, Department of Financial Services, has also said that insurers may distribute other financial products. Industry feedback suggests that these could be anything like mutual fund distribution, distributing loans for their banks, or even insurance for other stream companies. As far as what this does is it opens new business and income streams for insurance companies. The next one is concerned the minimum capital which is required for insurance companies to start their business of 100 crore in general, 100 crore in standalone health, 200 crore in reinsurance has been removed. Now the minimum capital will be decided by the regulator depending on the size and scale of the business. Also, insurance companies can have captive businesses where they take the entire insurance contracts of their parent company onto their books?
The headline is about, lowering of the capital so that smaller players could come, value-added services, one-time registration.
On composite?
I clearly don't remember. Probably yes.
All right, so that was all about the game-changing moves coming in the insurance sector. Remember, it's one of those newer pockets and segments which developed in the equity markets in the last 4 or 5 years. Now, moving on, it's the first day of the month today and a number of new developments have taken place today. Let's start with the G20 developments. Now, India took over the presidency of the G20 group of countries today. It's a big one, and Parikshit Luthra, our colleague, is here to tell us what the issues are that will be on the forefront with India's leadership there in this group of countries, and also events that have been lined up during India's presidency. Parikshit, tell us all.
Well, yes, we are at the G20 Secretariat right now, where the External Affairs Minister and the Principal Secretary to the Prime Minister kicked off a University Connect program for India's G20 presidency. They connected with 75 universities across the country, and as we speak, there are selfie competitions going on across the country. We will see sand art by Sudarshan Patnaik in Puri. We will also see a Hornbill Festival take place in Kohima in Nagaland. At the same time, 200 meetings have been planned for the course of 1 year in 50 cities. The idea would be to promote Brand India, showcase India's achievements to the world, and showcase India's tourism and economic potential as well. The Prime Minister has really laid out India's priorities in a blog and in an article that he wrote earlier today. He has sent out a strong message saying that we cannot be trapped in a zero-sum game as we see countries fighting over territory and resources. Challenges like climate change, terrorism, pandemics cannot be resolved by fighting alone. And India will approach G20 and all the issues there with a sense of oneness. Also, one earth, one family, one future will be India's guiding principle. G20 priorities to be shaped in consultations with G20 nations and also members of the Global South, whose voices are not often heard very well. This is something that the Prime Minister and the Ministry of External Affairs have been emphasizing over and over again. We will be prioritizing sustainable and environmental friendly lifestyles during our presidency. Depoliticization of supply chains of food, fertilizer and energy so that geopolitical tensions don't cause humanitarian issues, and honest conversations around weapons of mass destruction. So after 1 year of programs, after these 200 meetings, we will see a G20 Leaders Summit take place in September next year. That will take place in New Delhi. A lot of tensions, a lot of questions about the Russia-Ukraine war, how India will balance the likes of China, Russia, Ukraine, United States, UK. All of that will be seen over the next 1 year.
All right, Pariksha, thanks a lot for getting us all of those details, all of the issues as well as events lined up as India takes over the G20 presidency. By the way, TVS Motors' November sales are flashing on your screen. It's not looking so good because, it's pretty flat on a year-over-year basis. In fact, it has come in below what we were estimating as well. 2.77 lakh units is what the figure is at. This is versus the poll that we had of closer to 3.1. The big hit has come through on the exports front because that is down around 12%. However, the electric vehicle sales have picked up as expected, of course. But that's on TVS Motors. Back to G20, External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar today addressed a university engagement session on the role of the G20. So let's listen in to what he had to say.
This is not a development that should be regarded as just one more diplomatic happening. On the contrary, it is a crucial responsibility that is being assumed by India at a very challenging time in world politics and at an inflection point in India's own history. And we are going to do the G20 very differently, and today's event itself is proof of that. As a result of the G20, it will, in a sense, make the world more India-ready and make India more world-ready.
All right, more developments today coming in from the capital of the country. Well, an important update from the North Block. And Sanjay Malhotra, who, remember, a 1990 batch IAS officer, is taking charge over as the new Revenue Secretary of the country. In fact, Malhotra is a graduate from IIT Kanpur and also holds a master's degree in public policy from Princeton University. And another new initiative today, the e-rupee goes live. And this means a sovereign digital currency becomes available to all of us common citizens from today. And the central bank digital currency, or CBDC, is similar to cash and would be issued in the same denominations. And just like cash, the e-rupee won't earn any interest, and it will first be launched in Delhi, Mumbai, Bhubaneswar and Bengaluru. And the Reserve Bank of India has picked SBI, ICICI Bank, Yes Bank and IDFC for the pilot of the e-rupee. And these banks would test the entire process, including the creation, distribution and retail use in real time of the e-rupee. And based on these learnings, other banks would also be permitted to offer more wallet to the customers. So, Pavitra, I had done a deep dive into this. It is like cash in hand, and while it's in the digital form. Yeah. But the consensus that is building up definitely is that, is it one of the half-hearted attempts to counter the bitcoins of the world? First of all, the cryptocurrency world. And the second important bit is that government needs to incentivize keeping digital currency. If it's not earning interest, then it's a disincentive actually for the users. So let's see how this develops.
And also, it's not expected to be too popular anyway, right? Because you do have UPI. The only difference is that this is anonymous, of course. So we'll have to see how that plays out.
And by and by, this ecosystem will develop.
Yeah.
So it's a good beginning.
All right, let's see. So that's the pilot which is going to be launched today. But Nisha was just saying that there's a whole list of new initiatives. So the next one that we're tracking is that the Ministry of Civil Aviation, in an effort to make air travel paperless and hassle-free, has rolled out the Digi Yatra initiative starting today. So our colleague Danish Anand is here with more on it.
Well, Civil Aviation Minister Jyotiraditya Scindia has today officially launched Digi Yatra. Digi Yatra is basically a biometric-enabled seamless travel experience which is based on the facial recognition technology. In the first phase, Digi Yatra has been rolled out in Delhi, Bengaluru and Varanasi, and the phase 2 is supposed to kick off from March 2023, in which it will be spread across Vijayawada, Kolkata, Hyderabad and Pune. Well, through Digi Yatra, it will offer the travellers an easy experience, a quick sail through as soon as they enter the airport, and by the time they reach their particular departure gates. But overall, if we see, this is based on the facial recognition technology, and the whole idea behind this is to give travelers a smooth sailing experience as soon as they enter the airport. So passengers will no longer have to show their physical boarding passes or tickets at multiple checkpoints at the airports. If they have the Digi Yatra app, they can move from one part of the airport and they can reach their particular boarding gate within 10 to 15 minutes. So all in all, if we see, initially this service is being launched only for domestic passengers, and it will be a phase-wise rollout. And after the second phase, it is expected that it will slowly be spread across to different parts of the country. And after a few months, we will also see that Digi Yatra is also open to international passengers. But all in all, if we see, to give flyers a great experience, to give flyers a fast and quick movement from point A to point B of the airport, the union government has rolled out Digi Yatra services.
All right, great initiative there. Thanks, Danish, for all the details. Moving on then, voting for the first phase of the Gujarat elections is underway, and Arun Dhanta of CNN News 18 joins in now to give us more details straight from ground zero, the key constituency of Rajkot.
89 seats of Gujarat is up for grabs in the first phase of the assembly elections, and I am here in Rajkot West, which falls in the Rajkot district, and this specific seat had seen Prime Minister Modi had also contested, and in fact former Chief Minister Vijay Rupani was also the member of Legislative Assembly of Gujarat from this particular seat. This time around he is not contesting, and many are saying that this is a triangular fight in Gujarat with the entry of Aam Aadmi Party. But BJP is very confident. They are saying that it is not a three-cornered fight. It is only between Congress and BJP, and they will be winning unprecedented seats this time around in Gujarat. In 2017, we had seen BJP had managed to win only 99 seats. They had gone below 100 seats, and this time around they're saying that they will go beyond 125, 130. We'll have to see as to in which way results will come out on 8th. But as far as the voting is concerned in the entire state, that is underway, and we had seen high-octane campaign from the Prime Minister Modi, Union Home Minister Amit Shah, and the battery of ministers which they were placed here in Gujarat. And in fact, Aam Aadmi Party was also doing door-to-door campaign, the model which they had followed in Punjab and Delhi of offering free electricity and water. They also promised that in Gujarat as well. So we'll have to see whether it is going to be a three-cornered fight or just as usual between Congress and BJP.
Okay, that is the battle for Gujarat. Arun, thanks a lot for getting us